Today I share with you my puff puff recipe. This recipe is on how to make Nigerian puff puff without sugar. So make sure you watch this video to the end, okay? The first thing I will do is to dissolve my yeast in lukewarm water. So I just poured some lukewarm water into the bowl and then I'll be adding my yeast. I'm going to mix this yeast up very well until it dissolves properly in the lukewarm water. I'll cover this bowl and then set it aside. I need to tell you that this is also a ripe plantain recipe. So make sure you watch this video to the end and don't forget to like this video, leave your comment, share this video and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. Now I'm just simply cutting off or peeling the plantain skin to reveal the edible part of the plantain, which is the overripe plantain, and this is what I will be using to sweeten my puff puff in this recipe. After doing all of this, I'm going to be blending this plantain. So there's also something that I love to do whenever I'm making puff puff. I like to put my blender to good use. Yes, I use my blender to mix my puff puff batter to get what I want. I just added some water and then I'm going to be blending till it is smooth. Let me show you. This is what the plantain batter looks like right now, but I'm not done yet. So I would add some flour, I'd add some salt, and then I would add the yeast that I prepared earlier. I'm going to cover this and then I will mix it again with my blender. I'm not done with the mixing, so make sure you continue watching this video, okay? Thank you very much. Now this is what I have, and the next thing I will do is to transfer this batter into this bowl in order to be able to get crunchy puff puff. How do I say it now? You know, usually puff puff has this soft texture and exterior, but this recipe is on how to get a lovely crunchy puff puff. Crunchy on the outside, but soft and yummy on the inside, as well as healthy because this is a no sugar recipe. If you are thinking about what to cook, because for me, sometimes I sit down and I ask myself, what should I cook today? Should I suggest that you make this recipe, especially if you have some overripe plantains in the house? Yes, you can make this recipe and try it. And if you love it, of course, leave your comments and tell me how it feels to try something new. So I just added some flour and I will be mixing all of this up very well till I get this texture. This is the texture you want to get. Now it's time to cover this and then I'm going to allow this sit. After I cover it, I'll allow it sit for about 1 hour. After 1 hour, it is time for frying. And the first thing to do is to pour your cooking oil into your saucepan, frying pan, or whatever you want to use to fry. It is essential that you have to allow your cooking oil to get very hot. But then there is also this issue of not knowing if your cooking oil is hot enough. So let me show you how you can find out if your cooking oil is hot enough. It's very simple. Just cut a little bit of the puff puff batter and put it into the cooking oil. As you can see, my cooking oil is actually hot, but it is not hot enough for the puff puff to float almost immediately. So what I'll be doing is I'll allow this cooking oil fry this puff puff till the puff puff floats to the top of the cooking oil, and then I'll still allow it to cook some more. As you can see, I'll allow it to fry my puff puff some more or cook my puff puff some more before I add the other puff puff mix into the cooking oil. This is necessary so that you don't end up having puff puff that has absorbed too much oil. Remember, this is a healthy recipe where I'm not using sugar, so it doesn't really make much sense for me not to use sugar and then I have puff puff that absorbed so much oil. You would notice that almost immediately I put the puff puff mix into the cooking oil, it floats right up back onto the top of the cooking oil. This is to say that my cooking oil is hot enough to fry my puff puff. Now, that is not all. I also need to tell you one little secret that you need to know to get this puff puff that is so crunchy on the outside and properly cooked on the inside as well as soft on the inside. So after putting all your puff puff mix into the oil, or after putting the quantity that your frying pan can contain, then you go to your cooker and you turn the heat down. Yes, you turn the heat down to medium. This is so that your puff puff doesn't quickly cook on the outside and then is raw on the inside. So you have to turn the heat down. This is the other one I fried earlier anyway. I'm still going to show you what it looks like. It didn't look so bad, but it could have been better if the oil was hot enough. Now I'm just mixing this puff puff properly to ensure that everything gets into the hot oil. As I continue, don't forget to like this video, leave your comment, share this video, and subscribe to this channel. If you have anyone who is trying to be more health conscious like I am trying to be this year, you can share this video with them and let them try it. Now let me show you what my puff puff looks like. Take a look at it. It's still properly cooked on the inside, but then it took too much time. This is what you want your puff puff to look like before you take them out. Properly cooked, looking all nice and well fried. Thank you for visiting my channel today. I'm going to be frying the other batter or the other puff puff mix off camera. Remember, good food should be enjoyed.